Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual fall open house. My name is Dan Fogarty, and I'm one of the admissions counselors here at FM. We want to thank all of you for joining us today. So whether you're watching on the Zoom platform with us right now or catching this on Facebook Live, welcome. Some of you might even be watching this as a recording at a future date. So hopefully all the information is very helpful in your search. Although this open house may be a little bit different in years past and what we're all used to, it will not lack in revealing just how special and inviting our campus is. You will find no other campus that is more involved in our students becoming successful than here at FM. We're a family here, and you'll learn that today, and we are excited to welcome you on in. I want to first welcome our acting president, Dr. Greg Truckenmiller, to give our official welcome here for the college.
Thanks, Dan. Good afternoon, everybody. I have the privilege today to welcome you to the Fall 2020 Open House at FMCC. As Dan mentioned, current circumstances are a little different this year, and we have to introduce you to our campus in a different manner than we would in years past. But nonetheless, we're very excited to meet all of you and to tell you about what we have to offer here at FM. Now, I myself am the parent of 3 college-age students, and so I know what this time is like. I know there's a mix of excitement and questions and challenges before you, and we're going to hope to answer some of those and put you at ease today. There are many options out there today for higher education, and it can be very difficult to choose. What we hope to do today is convince you, as Dan said, that FM is the right choice. Our outstanding staff is going to provide you with a lot of information. And it's a good thing it's going to be recorded because there's going to be a lot coming at you and it's going to be hard to absorb. And also, the one benefit of this is you can go back and watch it again. So that's a nice benefit of this particular platform. I want to offer just 3 points to you about why I think FM stands out from the other colleges. The first of all is our size. We are a small college, but I definitely don't want you to confuse small with a lack of opportunity. It doesn't matter whether you're transitioning from high school or you're coming to college after working or raising a family. The pace of college can be a real challenge. Our small classes and our dedicated faculty members are focused on your success, as Dan mentioned, and to teaching. We have a wide range of services for those who need extra help. And as you'll hear later on, we offer the full college experience. The second point that I'll make is that we are part of the State University of New York. SUNY is the largest comprehensive system of higher education in the country. Belonging to SUNY opens up opportunities for seamless transfer to a 4-year degree, opportunities for study abroad experiences, access to library and open educational resources across the state. The final point that I'll make is affordability. Again, as I mentioned, I'm a parent of 3 college-age students, so I would probably list this as the first and most important point. But I don't want you to confuse affordability with cheap. We provide high-quality education that is a great value. Many students are eligible for financial aid, and that makes it an even greater value. You'll hear more about that from our fine staff later on. For those of you who have an educational goal of a bachelor's degree or higher, attending FM for the first 2 years can significantly reduce the cost of that degree. For those who are interested in entering the workforce directly after FM, you'll also receive a great education for a low price. These are similar arguments that other schools will make as well, but what really, really sets us apart from the competition is the amazing people you're going to meet with today. Whether it's our admissions team, our facilities team, our instructional staff, you will not find a more caring, dedicated group of people who are committed to your individual success at FM and beyond. I hope that you enjoy today and that you get a lot out of the information that we're going to provide to you. And we look forward to seeing you on campus in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Truckenmiller. The first half of the program will involve a more presentation style event that everybody is used to, while the second portion, which can only be viewed on Zoom, will be much more personable and specific to each of the students' interests here at FM. So if you are watching on Facebook Live, we will let you know when and how to log into Zoom so that you can continue being a part of this event. So let's begin the presentation portion. Again, we'd like to welcome everybody to the event, and we have a few people within the chat today that will go over these areas. So I will handle the admissions portion, and then we'll turn it over to our financial aid department, and then we'll talk a little bit about our academic advising here at FM. And finally, we'll end on what truly makes FM special, and that is the care of our faculty. And they all are excited to introduce themselves today. To each and every one of you and share their program. So let's start with a little bit about FM and the admissions process. FM is a community college of the State University of New York. We offer 36 different academic programs to choose from, and we have a great size and student to faculty ratio here at FM. Our admissions process is rolling for most of our programs, which means is you can apply now. So applications are open for our spring, for our summer, and for our fall upcoming semesters. It is always a free online application at fmcc.edu. And then you'll just have to have your high school send over your official transcript to us or get us a copy of your GED diploma and scores. Exceptions, and you'll find this out if you fall into these categories. If you're looking for more information on the nursing, our radiologic technology, or our individual studies programs, they have unique requirements. So you'll want to make sure that you go into those breakout rooms later today to get that extra information. And although we're a small campus, we have a lot of new and exciting things happening at FM. Our academic success initiatives and academic coaching and tutoring has really brought to light the importance of what a small campus can do with their students and how we can make sure they're successful. So that is an important thing. You'll learn more about that in our breakout rooms as well. Our computer networking and cybersecurity degree, as well as our entertainment technology degree, have really paved the way for some high-tech and improved programs here on campus. Our FM Flex Mode, all of us are used to taking online classes as of late, but the Flex Mode has been around even before this, and it really offers an exciting and more capable way for students to be flexible, right? So take classes online, attend a class on campus, or flex between both. Visit our business professors if you want to learn more about that later today. Our Certified Recovery Peer Advocate program, so you'll learn more about that in the Human Services section. And our recently renovated science labs are beautiful. So whether you're looking to tour our campus soon or virtually, you'll be happy to see those updates. You'll learn about all these superior student services coming up in the breakout rooms as well too. But again, for a campus of our size, we do not lack in student support services to help the students succeed. So feel free to talk with any of these various offices that you will see and talk to later. Our athletic director will also be in the chat later today to talk with any of our prospective student athletes. And he's always happy to talk, especially about the success that we've had in our various sports. So you can see what we have here for men's sports. And then you can see on the women's side what we have as well too. So again, definitely chat with our athletic director if you're looking at competing in the Division III level of the NJCAA. Student activities. They may be mainly virtual at this point, but we do have plenty of activities going on at all times. And we are happy to talk about the various student clubs, sponsored events, intramurals, volunteer work, and study abroads. And if you want more information on the activities, again, jump right on in later today, and Gwen Osenkop and Kev Jones on the athletics side will go over all of those extracurriculars that we offer here at FM. Our college store does a great job at being able to show our students what they need as far as, college textbooks, materials for classes, and of course, all the apparel and FM gear that you will need. Meeting spaces on campus are a must, and we have plenty of updated meeting spaces and common areas for our students to hang out and eat some food. These are some of the areas that we have: the Union Station's the next kitchen, Raiders Cove, and again, those are great places for our students to jump in and have a good time while they're here with us on campus. But I'll let the rest of our staff later on talk to all of you individually about all the other things that we have to offer. But I know everybody loves to hear about financial aid, and I know our coordinator of financial aid can't wait to talk about financial aid. So how's it going, Becky?
It's going very well, Dan. Thanks so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to give you an overview of financial aid here at Fulton-Montgomery Community College. And the first thing that we do like to talk to, and also Dr. Truckenmiller talked to you about, is our affordability. As you can see, our tuition and fees and books are a very affordable cost. And we start there. So we're starting at affordable. And then once we add in the financial aid, we make it even more affordable. Next. The first thing that we like to talk about is a lot of the facts and figures about FM. 64% of our students have received some sort of financial aid in the 2019-2020 academic year. We awarded over $9 million in that year to our students. So we take that affordable tuition, we add in $9.2 million in financial aid. And as you can see, we try to help as many of our students as we can to obtain the success in academics affordably. Grants and scholarships and work study, those are awards that you don't have to pay back. So we try to get as many of those as we possibly can for our students. And again, 64% of our students receive some type of award that is not repayable. It wasn't a student loan. So those are awards that you'll never have to pay back. And that's a great thing. 46% of our students received an award from New York State Tuition Assistance Program. The TAP program in New York State is one of the most affordable programs in the country, or one of the most extensive programs in the country, and they award up to our tuition. So it is possible, if you're eligible for a TAP award, that you could be paying just the fees because your tuition is covered with that TAP award. Next. We do offer a significant amount of institutional scholarships. So those are that go through our foundation. So the community have gone to our foundation and said, I would like to donate this amount of money to help your students receive one of those awards that you don't ever have to pay back. So over $179,000 in scholarships were available in 2019, 2020, and that was over 160 different scholarships for our students. Those scholarships are based on merit and need or major, or a whole plethora of degree programs, those kinds of things. And to find that scholarship application, which is available now, you can go to fmcc.edu, go to the financial aid page and look up scholarships. It's a very simple scholarship application, and we do tell students to please apply for scholarships, because it is possible that you could receive one of those 160 scholarships that we awarded. So that's just a small overview of financial aid. If you have questions, you can join us in our breakout session, and we'll talk to you more about financial aid later. But right now, I'd like to turn it over to Mary Jo Ferrello Davis. She is our academic advisor, academic advising and transfer coordinator, and she's going to talk to you about a whole bunch of things in regards to those areas. Thanks.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome this afternoon. I'm going to talk to you about some of our services that we have for you. We have a center. It's called the Student Development Center, and I would show you if we were on campus, but we have a lot of services in the Student Development Center. One of the big ones will be academic advising and registration. So you'll have a place to come where all the advisors are in one location. We take advising very seriously. We want to make sure that we are getting you on the right path With a community college, there's a lot of different avenues you can take after leaving us in 2 years or a year. So with our certificate programs. So we want to make sure that you are on the right path, that we know what your career goal is, that we fill out a comprehensive education plan for you, because we want to make sure that your time at FM is well served and want to get you to the next step, whether that would be to find a job, to help you transfer to a 4-year degree. We will help you with all of that. We also have transfer counseling. We have mental health counseling. We have disability services. That's all co-located in our center. When you get accepted, you will meet one-on-one with an academic advisor, and we spend a good amount of time with everyone individually. We really pride ourselves on our personal attention that we give to students. One of the benefits of being in a little bit of a smaller college. So there's a lot of things that are always happening on campus. We have job fairs in April every year. We do transfer fairs, and that is where we bring, after COVID is done, we will bring all of those colleges to our campus so they can recruit you. We usually have well over 40 different colleges represented in New York to come and recruit our students. We also have an evening advisor on board. And so anybody out there who wants to do evening classes or is going to be on campus in the evening, we do have an advisor that's available until 6 o'clock. So, if anybody's working, we still have someone there after hours. One of the things I like to explain to everybody is just about our different types of degrees that we do have. And then when you get into your sessions with faculty, you might be able to ask a little bit more questions about that. We have certificate programs, which are basically 1-year programs, give you some hands-on skills to get you out into the work world. We have an Associates of Arts and an Associate of Science, and both of those are going to be more transfer programs. So basically that will help you get to that bachelor's level, the 4-year degree after you're completed your 2-year with us. Those are going to have a little bit more math and science, some more liberal arts types of courses that everybody has to take no matter what college you go to. You're going to take math, you're going to take science, you're going to take English, you're going to take a history course. So those are the good courses to get done at FM, and then we'll have you set up to transfer to your 4-year. We also have the Associate of Applied Science. These are intended to be more hands-on degrees. Many of them will come with an internship or a practicum to give you that real world experience. So when you're done with your 2-year degree, you can go right into the work world. We also have an individual studies degree. And the nice thing about that is if you go through all the list of our majors and you don't see something that you are interested in, we may be able to do something under an individual studies program and kind of create a program that would work with your career goal. The next slide, please. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. So I mentioned transfer to a 4-year. Probably one of our biggest programs is our general studies program, which really allows students to take many courses, take electives, take things that they may want to try, knowing that they do want to go to a 4-year degree. I did mention those transfer fairs, and just quickly a dual admissions program. So we've already kind of gone out and set that up for you. If any of these colleges is where you would like to transfer to after FM, we do have dual admissions, so you could get accepted to both colleges. We have over 100 agreements with 4-year colleges. So we already went out, we did the hard work. We basically said, if you take these classes here at FM, you will transfer smoothly to a 4-year degree. So there's more information about that in the breakout session. And my last slide, I know I'm almost done here. Just some of our top transfer schools, just so you can see where some of our students have gone to. This is it's a lot bigger list than I could fit on the slide. We've had students transfer out of state, California, Georgia, but these are some of our New York feeder schools that a lot of our students do transfer to. So I think I am out of time. I'm sorry, I went 1 minute over, but I'm gonna give it back to Dan.
No, thank you very much, Mary Jo. So let me just get right back on in here. And I do know that we do have a few questions that did come in, and I hate to miss out on getting some things answered. So one question, it looks on the financial aid side, where and how do you apply for one of the 160 scholarships? So I guess this one's off to you, Becky.
Sure, thank you. If you go to fmcc.edu and you go to the main webpage, if you hover over admissions and go to financial aid, it is right underneath that financial aid link. It will literally take you less than 5 minutes. It's not an extensive application. So we do encourage all students to make sure that they fill out that application so we can review those for next fall.
Perfect. So, and then a couple of the others, Joshua has some for that will fall onto the student activities and food side of things. And I'll, when we get into the breakout rooms for that, I'll have you meet with Gwen to talk a little bit more about those things as well too. But I do want to jump right in now to the next portion, which is the introductions of our professors. So we talked a little bit before about how your success is the most important thing to our professors, but it's also very important for you to learn and know all of your professors right from the beginning. And I can't think of one of the better places to start than General Studies and Education with Paula. So I'll let you start it off, Paula.
Hi, everybody. First off, let me say I'm honored to be the first person to go. You are about to meet some of the most dedicated, caring professionals that I know in the SUNY system. I am so proud to be a part of this FM family. I've been at FM for over 20 years, and I miss all of these folks. I miss my FM family. But as Dan just introduced, my name is Paula Brown Weinstock. And I'm going to give you your first quiz in college. I teach the second most common course that everybody takes in college. Anybody want to guess what I teach? If you guess psychology, you just got 100 on your first psych quiz. Yay for you. So if you're interested in majoring in psychology, although FM doesn't have a psychology major because you have to get a 4-year degree for that, we do have a psychology track. I will meet up with you in the general studies room later if you want to ask some more questions specifically about how we will help guide you to a 4-year degree in psych. Lastly, I just want to tell you how much I look forward to being back on campus. As much as I am okay teaching live from my kitchen in Gloversville, I really do miss our college campus. I miss being in the classroom with students. I miss seeing their faces. I'm sick and tired of seeing these bubbles when students log on, but hey, at least we're all able to still get together. So hopefully in the future, I will see you on campus or see you in my classroom.
Thank you very much, Paula. All right, Erica, we'll have you jump on in if you're ready to go.
Hi, I'm Erica Gonzalez-Gower. I am an early childhood education faculty member at FMCC. Prior to coming to FM, I had a 24-year career teaching every grade from pre-K all the way through to 6th in some capacity, either as a classroom teacher or a reading specialist. I'm also a first-generation college student, which means, like many of you, I was the first one in my family to go to college. So if you're thinking about going into education, it's a great time for a number of different reasons. One, working with kids is awesome. But two, the timing of going into a career of education is great because there's lots of opportunities. Part of that is because of what's happening currently in the world. The current crisis has really highlighted the importance of teachers and the importance of what they do and the kind of impact that they have in day-to-day lives. And I think people have really gotten a new understanding and appreciation for the roles that educators have. In addition to that, a lot of the current teaching workforce is getting ready to retire. So if you're thinking about going into the field, now's a really good time because you'll be able to find a job. So if you come to FM, there's a couple of different ways that you can start. You can get a 1-year certificate. You can get a 2-year degree and graduate and work in the field, or you can transfer to a 4-year school. All of our classes are aligned with expectations that you need to have when you graduate, so you're ready to work. So classes at FM are very small. You get a lot of one-on-one help. They're very practical, they're hands-on. In addition to that, you get practice working with young kids as part of your coursework. So when you graduate, you've had a lot of experience, you've had a lot of guidance, and you're ready to go off to either transfer to a 4-year school or to go into an early childhood setting and work. If you have any questions, I would welcome you to pop into the session or even to reach out to me personally. I can share my email information with you, and I'd be happy to support you and answer any questions you may have about the program.
No, thank you very much, Erica. And now we'll jump right into Tom.
Thank you, Dan. My name is Tom Rogan. I teach in the physical education and sport management major at Fulton-Montgomery Community College. So if you're interested in being a teacher, a coach, an athletic trainer, personal trainer, if you're interested in working in analytics, if you're interested in working with college athletic departments or professional sports franchises, this is the major where you can get your start. Many of our students transfer on to 4-year schools. We are a transfer major. They go on to schools like Cortland and Brockport and Ithaca, and then move on into the profession. We've had a lot of our students move on and teach and work from this major. You have the opportunity to take really cool classes in our major. We teach nutrition classes, personal health classes, athletic performance training classes, weight management classes. So you take the best, most fun classes on campus, bar none. I also want to reiterate a little bit of what Paula said. I can't wait for fall 2021. I can't wait to see students again. I do see Colton has his camera on, which I was very pleased with. But I can't wait to be walking around campus, see my colleagues on campus and see the students. Again, if you're interested in anything, I'll be in the general studies room, and I can give you my email if you want any other further information about my major or anything else at FMCC. Thank you.
Thank you. You say you're walking around campus. Usually you and your students are running around the entire campus.
Yes.
But we'll round out the general studies and education introductions with Mike.
Hey, thanks, Dan. I really appreciate it, and it's really wonderful not only to see all of the hopeful prospective students here, but my colleagues, and to echo what you've already heard. I can't wait to get back on campus to see everybody. But also, I just want to say that teaching remotely, we're doing that really well also, and it's been interesting the past few months, but as a college, we are in full operating mode, and I just want you to be confident about that too. So I teach English. I've been teaching for 20 years. I've been a professor for 20 years in the SUNY system. I've been at FM for 14 years, and I'm the chair of the humanities division. So I teach all sorts of courses in writing communication, speech communication, and literature as well. And it's just it's a lot of fun. And we have a great time. I'm here in the capacity as promoting the general studies program. You already heard a tiny bit about the general studies program. The program is the largest, most popular on the campus, and it's designed for students who would like to transfer to a 4-year university. And what's wonderful about FM is you've also heard is we're a nice small campus. We have a great student to faculty ratio. We are career faculty members, so you won't be taught by a teaching assistant or anything like that in a large class like what happens at some universities. And really, in a lot of ways, to me, this campus is a lot like a private university because of its size and its attention to students and their well-being and the care of all of our students. So if you'd like to explore your options about college, if you're not sure what you want to do with your life, and most people fall into that category, then I think the general studies program is wonderful. And if you are sure what you want to do, if you want to major in a 4-year institution, something like communications or economics or English or psychology or sociology or journalism or math or political science or natural science or any of those things, the general studies program is right for you. Our tuition, again, is affordable, about $5,000 a year versus, let's say, UAlbany is a little over $10,000 a year. So you're also saving a lot of money and making a very smart choice if you pick FM. I will be in the general studies, and education breakout room. And I would love to talk to folks and sell you a little bit more on our wonderful program and wonderful campus. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll jump into our human and public services section, which we'll start off with John.
Hi, thank you, Dan. I'm John Armstrong. I'm assistant professor of criminal justice, and I coordinate the criminal justice program here at FM. I think you've heard from enough of our faculty here to see how impressive their backgrounds are. And I hold them in the highest regard, and I appreciate the fact that they're all distinguished in their area. One of the things we want to do is tell you a little bit about ourselves and leave you with something you'll remember. I'm the only one at FM that spent most of their life in and out of prison and on parole. I'll come back to that a little later. I've been at FM 14 years at this point. I started much like you are. I got an associate degree first, caught the fever, kept going on and on and on. But for having faculty that really nourished me a bit in my education, I don't think I'd be here today, honestly. That's what you'll get at FM. People who care about you, people that will mentor you, people that will support you through the process here at FM. When you go on and when you're looking for work, you're going to need references and people that can say, that's the person that can do it. A little bit about me before I came to FM. I told you a little bit about where I started my education, got an associate, went on to get a bachelor's, went on to get a master's degree. I did work for the Connecticut Department of Correction for almost 27 years. This is the good part about a good education. You start with an education, it allows you to be fluid, to be able to be moving through an organization. Continuing your education is important, but moving up, I came in as a CO, I left as a director of the agency 27 years later. After that, I worked overseas. I worked in the nation of Iraq for almost a year. Worked in the Ministry of Justice, doing a little bit of what I did, but expanded, helping people learn about the rule of law from a United Nations perspective, trying to build police courts and corrections. So I did that. I worked in the Office of Law Enforcement Technology Commercialization before I came here to FM. Mike shared with you that there's professional staff here, including our adjuncts. I'll tell you the two we have on this next semester. They're practitioners and they're also, academics. We call them pracademics. You've got a retired chief of police teaching one of our courses, and you also have a senior forensic investigator for the New York State Police, retired, who's teaching courses. You get a lot of bang for your buck here. I'd certainly like to see you all in the chat room when we break away. If you can't get to the chat room, you can reach me through the college. Call in, leave a message for me. I'll get back to you. So don't be afraid. We'll reach back out to you if you can't make it all today. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And we'll move on to Julie.
Okay, my name is Julie Lind, and I teach the Human Services and the Chemical Abuse Counseling programs at FM. So this is starting my 5th year here. And I was thinking about when I started college, Dr. Truckenmiller was talking about how it's difficult to make a decision about where to go. But then once you do figure that out, you still need to figure out what degree you're going to head toward. And I remember speaking to some professors at the college where I was going to begin, and someone saying to me, well, what do you like to do? What classes do you like? What do you spend your free time doing? And, it was like, well, I kind of like math, but I kind of like computers. I don't think I'd want to do that, And then I said, well, what I really like doing is helping people. I like doing community service. And, I was involved in some different clubs in high school. And so she said, what about social work? And I was like, oh, yeah, I never thought of that. And anyway, I started taking some of the social work classes and realized that really was where I was supposed to be. And now I get the privilege and honor of teaching and bringing other people into the field. So at FM, you can get a degree in human services. you can get a transfer degree. So you could go on and get a 4-year degree in social work, or even go on and get a master's degree, which, you know, that's my background, and I have a real love for that profession. So I speak a lot in classes about the ethics of social workers, and, you know, social justice is something that, you know, a lot of us feel very strongly about. And so that's part of the framework of what social work is. And it's helping people and giving back to our community. So if that's something you're interested in, you might be interested in human services. And if you don't want to go on and get a degree in social work, you could get a 2-year career degree in human services or in chemical abuse counseling. So that's another, you know, really big field right now. We have a lot of people in our communities. You know, we've been hit very hard by the opiate epidemic, and the people need help in that area, in addictions. So we have that degree as well. And while you're here, if you get your degree in chemical abuse counseling, you would become a CASAC. You could become a CASAC with New York State, which is the Credentialed Alcohol and Substance Abuse Counselor. So you get all your training to be able to apply for that. So that's an exciting program. And if it's something you're interested in, I'd love to talk to you more about it.
Very good. So we will jump right on into the technology portion. And Jeremy.
There we go. Sorry. Let me suggest you do this. Not this minute, do this afterwards. Listen to what we're talking about. But Google crisis middle level skills jobs. If you go to Google, check that out, middle level skills jobs and the word crisis. There are a lot of reputable sources, Forbes, Industry Week. They talk about the looming crisis of not enough people to fill these roles. Middle level skills meaning you need more schooling than high school, but not a 4-year degree. And we all know about finding somebody in the trades, and we hear about that all the time, but it's more than just that. There are a lot of jobs that a lot of the population doesn't really know about. They might think engineering, and they think of trades, but there are a lot of technical 2-year degree jobs, technician level jobs. So that's where I teach. My name is Jeremy Spraggs, and primarily our electrical technology program, although there's more than just elect-tech program, there's mechatronics and some HVAC stuff. But students leave our program and they have the option to continue. There are a few different pathways to a few different schools to get a 4-year degree, to get a bachelor's in electrical engineering technology, and a lot enter the workforce. Don't know if you've heard about these large employers in our area that are hiring hundreds of technicians. And, you know, an hour to our east, there's Global Foundries, hundreds of technicians. They could soak up as many grads as we can make. An hour to our west now, Cree, Wolfspeed, it's another huge facility. They're making power semiconductors for electric vehicles and solar, making AC and stuff. There's tons of stuff going on that a lot of people just don't know about. So our program, Elect Tech, it's not just electricity. It really is a wide range of topics. And I like what John Armstrong said about, I say it a different way, but education gives you opportunities. You just open doors. You have more options to do, and you can go through life and you can explore, you can change your mind, as I did. So I've been working in manufacturing most of my life, most of my career, I should say, and I managed a group of technicians. And I worked for a couple of years for a distributor of automation products, and it was great to go into a lot of places in our area and see the cool stuff that people are working on, the cool stuff that technician level people are working on. It's not all just engineers and engineering. The people are actually tinkering and doing stuff. So that's most of the useful information I have. All the rest is just, I think FM is a great place. You have a lot of contact time with your faculty and support people. Make use of that. And our focus is on teaching. We don't have to do research projects and stuff. Our focus is on teaching. So I call FM the can-do campus, because we'll work with you. And I'm trying to be brief here. So that's it. And later on, if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact. I'm always happy to show what we have, show our labs, a little image behind us. So, okay.
No, thank you very much, Jeremy. And Jean Marie, I do want to get you in here for individual studies. So I moved that around, but let's have you jump on in, Jean Marie.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Dan and I usually work very closely together because he is a person that comes up with a lot of different titles and asks me, hey, do you think we could do this? Do we think, salon industry entrepreneurship was is a good example, because individual studies is when we combine classes that we host on campus or now remotely, and then there's what we would call hands-on learning. So for the ease of conversation, we'll call it internships, and we have two internships in the program. So we have a flexible and very innovative program, and it could be a 1-year certificate, 2-year degree. So some titles that we have are like phlebotomy. That's probably my biggest one. Dental assistant, desktop publishing, salon industry, entrepreneurship, like Dan had created. And that one was pretty good. Like someone with a cosmetology degree might not know the business end of it. So they would take classes in business, and then they're better prepared for the time when they maybe want to open up their own salon. So I'm a very creative person. So if anyone comes to me and you have an idea and we have the coursework that can support you, and we can find an employer, an industry professional that would be your mentor, we could create that. I also work very closely with the faculty because I coordinate all the internships on campus, and I love doing that. I have a very strong network because I run a human resource group. And prior to coming to FM, I've been here 20 years. I did work in human resources myself. Additionally, I was a mental health counselor, and I worked in the hospitality industry a lot. I ran a cafe in Long Island for a while. So I have a lot of different experiences. I owned a women's clothing store and, all different kinds of fun things. So I'm always open to ideas, and I try to come from a place of yes. So if you have something in mind, come to my session, my room, individual studies, and then we can talk about it more. I just want to also just add, in light of what Jeremy said about technology and the big employers here, I work with the local high schools that have very strong technology programs, and Global Foundries in particular. I work with them for their training programs. So students that come straight out of high school, I hook them up with Brian, my guy that at Global Foundries, and then they do, some testing and whatnot. But if the student appears to be someone that would fit in well with the organization, they would take 5 classes at FMCC, not 10. 5 classes at FMCC, and then they would, be hired, and Global pays for that too. So, and one last thing, I coordinate the apprenticeship program. New York State Department of Labor and SUNY have teamed up, and so you can earn as you learn in different categories, such as Julie's program, the KSAC. So there's, it's very varied. So if you have some questions, I hope to talk to you later.
Thank you, Jean Marie. Next, we'll jump into our art and digital design area, which has a lot of updates, both on the program side as well as the technology and space side. So we'll jump right on in with Joel.
Hi, I'm Joel Chapin. I would probably be one of the very first faces that you would see when you are at FMCC and see our beautiful arts building. I've been at FMCC and I'm starting my 31st year there. It's hard to believe because I started off at FMCC myself, and had found that this was just a wonderful starting place if you were a creative-minded person. So the fine arts has really changed a lot in just the 30 years that I've been there. Before I was at FM, I taught at private schools, College of St. Rose, Russell Sage, Albany State, a lot of different places. And the one thing that I, really tell my students is that if you're going to be in a creative field, you have to be really a jack of all creative trades. And that's the one thing that FMCC for me has really helped me in the past when I was a student. But what I try to bring to my students is my experience with really all aspects of the creative world. You know, it's complex because you may be an independent contractor. You could wind up working for a theater like I did, being a props master. You could wind up being a museum curator. I did that job for a while. A gallerist, somebody that works in a gallery and hangs artwork. So if you are on campus, and I hope that we soon will all be back there. I've been there all this semester because I teach very hands-on sorts of courses, and it's been working so far. So if you do get a chance to come in once the whole pandemic thing is over, come down and see me, or you can just the quick way is see me in the
with Joe.
Hi, how you doing today? I'm Joe Marcuccio, and I teach in the digital media area, media arts, and digital technology. As Joel said, things have changed over the years, and I'm coming to you live today because I'd like you to see our facilities that we have here on campus. I can move from room to room in our chat room if you'd like to see things a little closer. But what I teach is digital technology tools. And the tools that I'm teaching is the Adobe suite, about 20–30% of that suite, which includes Photoshop, Illustrator. I'm going to step back a second because our digital lights here tend to come on when they feel like it and go off. So here we are. So I teach Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, Painter, that's Corel Painter, Dreamweaver, and we use a bunch of technologies such as digital cameras. We have studios here that you can photograph your work. We work out of textbooks, of course, and we use those along with our digital tools. So I'm here to show you how to use those tools, especially in this day and age when we find ourselves constantly being bombarded with this technology that we're working with. I've been here for about 35 years now, and I'm still learning. So you can always learn. As the older you get, it doesn't matter. It's going to be that type of thing that's going to happen the rest of your life if you're into technologies. So I've been working with Joel for quite a long time, along with Jason, and we are the 3 J's of the technology and art area. So you'll meet all of us, and you'll be able to work with all of us. We all have something to offer to you. And I would just like to say thank you for being here today. You can meet me here in the chat room as well if you have any other questions you may have. And I want to say that Futures Made Here is our slogan, and we would like to be part of that. We would like to be part of your future. And I've seen many students come into these programs and be successful. And we're still hearing from those students today. And I'm thankful that they're out there, they're successful, and they didn't forget about us, and we didn't forget about them as well. So again, I'm going to turn this over to Jason next, and would love to see you in the chat room. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, Joe. And we will turn over to you, Jason. This looks a lot like your last production with what we're putting on here today. So I'll let you take it away.
Yep. Hi, everybody. My name's Jason Rattling, and I coordinate a program, new program at FMCC called Entertainment Technology. And I'll ask, have you ever wondered, who makes all the magic happen in a live show, a movie, a video, song, a podcast, an interactive video game? Have you ever wondered about a career in that exciting area? Well, wonder no more. Our entertainment technology program at FMCC, we're sort of leading the way. We're one of the few programs in the country, or one of the few schools in the country, excuse me, that offers a program like this. And And we essentially offer a unique career path for each student depending on their individual interests. One graduate might go off on a tour to tour the world, doing sound for a concert tour. Another might work in a scene shop building high-tech scenic effects. Another might work on a film crew, working on location to capture images and sound. Another might work developing handheld interaction systems. Another might work on a team to create the next new video game. We've got a lot of different facets to the program. It's an interdisciplinary framework. As a home base, we've got a newly renovated facility, the Rao Theater, that's equipped with all of the latest technology. And I'm hard at work developing relationships with creative venues and studios, both locally and non-locally. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, you can come see the three of us, the three J's, in the breakout room later. Thanks.
No, thank you very much. So we're going to jump right into our business professions and start right off with Charlene. Hi, Charlene.
Hello, how are you? Hello, everyone. My name is Charlene Dybus, and I'm a professor in the business division, the Office Technology program. I work with all the business students, but I do concentrate on our business, our administrative assistant programs and our health information records management programs. I'm sure you all realize that healthcare is a growing field. And if you find that you want to be part of that wonderful growing field, but you also don't really want to do hands-on, this is a perfect way for you to get involved with that. So I would love to talk to you more about that in our academic sessions. I do want to tell you, I really enjoy working here at FM. I marvel every time I'm going, watching, listening to all my colleagues talk about all the things that they, all the programs that we have and all the things that we've done. And as you might have noticed, most of us come here with actually work experience, and I'm no different. I worked 20 years in business before coming here to FMCC. So we have a lot of firsthand experience that we can share with you, as well as teaching you the newest technology so that you can work in this office, in the office setting. And we do a lot of work with you so that if you end up in the remote setting like we are right now, you would be ready to just go right and hit the ground running in that profession. So again, I look forward to talking to all of you more about the programs that we have here in the business division. And so join us in that academic session. Thanks.
Thank you, Charlene. Mark?
Thank you, Dan. My name is Mark Swain. I'm a professor in accounting and business, and I'm excited to get to meet you all. Please come to the breakout rooms in a few minutes so we can talk more about business. My background, I spent the first half of my career in accounting and finance and as a director. And now I'm in education for the other half of my career. And I spend a lot of time helping students find careers and jobs, even though when you go into business, you're not really sure what you want to do. So that's an enjoyable part of my job, is trying to help you figure out where you fit. Is it marketing? Is it management? Is it accounting, bookkeeping? Many of you may come from careers you're already in, but you never got your academic backgrounds. And we work with a lot of returning adults as well as students straight out of high school. So it's very exciting to be here at FM and help you get to where you want to go. I started off as a first generation college student and I continue my education. I'm still studying today. It never seems to stop. I love it that much. And I'm excited to help you get started on your journey. And I started at a community college too, and I would never go back and change that experience. There's many things in my life I might change or tweak, but I would never change my community college experience. So welcome, congratulations on getting this far. And I'm going to pass you over to Professor Zuckerman, who will tell you more about our accounting, finance, and business program. So Larry, you want to take it away?
Yeah, hey, I'm Zuckerman, and I'm already going to start teaching you something. The 3 reasons why you study business and accounting at any college. The first is making money. The second is making money. And the third is making more money. Okay. I teach personal finance, investments, economics, law, accounting, taxation, the courses that make you money. Okay. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm a retired .com entrepreneur. I made some money, and at age 44, I entered my second career. Right? My goal is to help you get rich. My collective goal is for us to get richer together. Along with one of my best friends here, Professor Frank Yunker, we have an investments club that's called the Wall Street Club. I take a lot of pride in it. I have students that stay in touch with me well after graduation. This semester, I've got a student who has made a lot of money investing in a stock called Moderna. I should have listened to him. He outbeat the professor. But let me talk to you a little bit about FMCC. I've taught at 4 different colleges, so I'm in kind of a unique position to talk about it from a different viewpoint. I taught at SUNY Stony Brook. I taught at Suffolk County Community College. I taught at Queens College City University of New York, and now I'm teaching at FM. 2 of those schools are 4-year colleges. 2 of those schools are 2-year colleges. What's the difference? The difference is you're not going to just read about things in a book. You're going to live it. You're going to live it with these professors. You want to be a cop or a corrections officer or ultimately a corrections commissioner. You're going to be taught by one who did that, John Armstrong. You want to be a grade school or a high school teacher, Erica G, okay, is going to teach you that because she's lived it. Carlin Labadie, a real-time practicing rad tech person, and yours truly, Zuckerman, a retired internet entrepreneur. My website still exists, accountantsworld.com. I'm still a practicing CPA. So all of the teachers here are giving you hands-on experience. Teaching for many of us is not our first career. I think that separates us from the 4-year schools, the hands-on learning. A number of years ago, I took a field trip to RIT with a number of officials from our college. And I went to the college bookstore, and you know what I found? The exact same books that we're using here. We are a SUNY school. We're using the same books as RIT, same books as Siena. So you're getting a bargain in your education. That's about really all that I want to say. I encourage you to spend some time with Professor Dybus and Swain and me in the business professions breakout room. But I'm not embarrassed to say it. Together, we can do this. We can get wealthy together. And I always like it when people talk about helping people. Well, I'm not about helping people. I'm about helping you and helping myself. All right. So I'll quote Dr. Martin Luther King, the fierce urgency of now. Now is the time to come to FMCC, get rich, pay your taxes. You'll help a lot of people. All right. See you soon, gang.
Thank you very much, Larry. And next we'll go into the computer and information technology. And Frank, you were mentioned there, and we'll see how you follow that.
Yeah, well, Larry and I run the Wall Street Club together every Friday at noon, and we've been meeting virtually all semester with a handful of students who've been showing up. And it never a dull moment when you're hanging out with Larry Zuckerman. I guess I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I've been teaching at the college for longer than I care to admit. A couple of people have been here longer than me, but not too many. And when I first came to the college, they hired me to teach DOS. We were just converting from the Apple IIe to the DOS. We were years away from getting Windows computers. So while I've been here a long time, I've seen a lot of changes. Our most recent changes are the cybersecurity 2-year degree that we have there. We just started that about a year ago, where I think we have our first graduates coming up here. And so we've seen a lot. We have the CIS program for 2-year degrees that you want to get out and get into the workforce. We have a computer science degree if you want to go on for a 4-year degree. It's a good first 2 years toward a 4-year degree. And then let's see. Oh, one of my favorite courses that I teach is the professional development seminar. In that course, it's a capstone course in our 4th semester, and we bring in a lot of industry people to come in and give guest lectures and talk about their field. We do job shadows where students go out and get and follow somebody around for the day and see what they actually do. And well, I also bring in a recruiter who has hired FM grads, although her purpose on that day is not to hire anybody. Her purpose is to critique their resumes. And she goes through and says whether those resumes are interesting and something she would actually consider, or whether they're not. And she gives them a no holds barred view on how they're prepared for entering the workforce. So that's a great course. I always learn something new in that when I bring in, sometimes it's former students who have graduated, sometimes years ago, sometimes recently, and that's a really great opportunity for students to connect with people in the industry as they're preparing to head into the industry. So I guess I'll leave it at that.
No, thank you very much. Next, we'll move on to our last, but certainly not least area, and that's within our health professions. And we'll start off with Eileen.
Hi guys, I'm Eileen Casey. I am one of the nursing faculty. I'm a registered nurse, and I am lucky enough to work alongside some of the most amazing nursing faculty. We together bring many years of experience and expertise to our nursing program. They are about the most wonderful, hardworking, committed nursing professionals and instructors you'll ever meet. Here at FM, we do have a small program. And yes, it is a very challenging program, and we're not ashamed of that. We're actually very proud of that. We work hard to prepare our students for a very valuable and rewarding career. As you know more now than ever, we need nurses. Even before this pandemic, we were in need of nursing. So we're happy to be part of this, getting some nurses out there into the work field. Nursing is a wonderful career. As you know, it's an excellent career choice. It's a strong career choice. It allows you many opportunities. We have our nurses will have experiences during their training with a little bit of this, but they'll have opportunities. Nurses can have opportunities in maternity, emergency care, critical care. I'm a critical care nurse. I'm a certified critical care nurse. And yes, I still am in practice and I love it. Traveling nurses, why, what an opportunity. You can travel around the country and have this great career at the same time. And you can work in the warm weather during the winter and move to the north during the summer months. It's a great opportunity. Flight nursing, operating room, you can do so much. And there's advanced practice opportunities going in to become a nurse practitioner, CRNA, nurse. There's so much you can do. It's just an incredible field. We have a great program. Come check us out. See our simulation room, our nursing lab. We are ASIN certified. We have an amazing NCLEX pass rate. So again, I'm Eileen. I am a registered nurse. That's my superpower. And if you think it's yours as well, come see me in the chat room. Thanks.
Definitely a superpower. Thank you, Eileen. And we'll move on to our final. Hi, Carlin. How are you?
Sorry, I wasn't ready. Hi, Dan. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Hard to follow all of that. I guess I'll just start by saying it's so great for all of us to see everybody. We're so glad that you're joining us. I want to say that I was a student myself at FMCC, maybe when Professor Juncker was doing the DOS, because I worked on the PF first choice here then. I had one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Joel Chapin here at FM. My daughter came to FM. My brothers came to FM. I'm also with my brothers, I guess, a first-gen college student. And if I didn't say it, my name is Carlin Labatt, and I'm the director of RadTech. So FM really is one of my favorite places. I hope that you'll consider joining us here. I think it's a wonderful education by people that are invested in you and your futures and your success. You have access to your professors. In RadTech, I have a wonderful co-teacher with me, and there's two of us. We're a small program. I think that's one of our strengths. We have about 20 students in each class or less. We affiliate with 10 different hospitals within approximately a 40 to 50 mile radius from the college. We have a very well-rounded experience. And at this point, since the program started we graduated our first class in 2006, we have 100% job placement rate. So that's an exciting thing. It's exciting. I don't know if I'm going to say this correctly, Professor Zuckerman, but I think from a debt to income ratio, when you come out of FM, it works well. You spend Becky showed you the tuition figures, and for rad tech, we consider it, if you come out and want to get a job, you're in the median for $28 an hour. It's a good career for the amount of money that you put into your education. There's also a lot of room for advancement. Technology is advancing so fast with MRI, CT, ultrasound. Ultrasound is really up and coming. We went from basic ultrasound to now 4-dimensional ultrasounds. And these are all possibilities once you finish rad tech at FM. And I do have to say that one of the best things about being faculty at FM is the things that we learn from you, the students. You teach us so many things. It's such a gift for us. So right now, one of the things I'm learning is that I recently learned what a watch party is. So on my Facebook, I did a watch party. So I have to give a shout out to, I think, lots of FM people and all my students that are on this, or graduates that are on this watch party. That's so cool. So I'm happy that you're joining us. I hope that if you're interested in the program, you join us in the breakout sessions. And thanks for giving me a few minutes.
No, and thank you, Carlin, and thank you to all of our professors. I think that was a great wealth of information, and great to finally, you know, put some faces to a lot of your names that they will see. And for all of you students, those professors that you just met and what you just heard is what separates FM from every other college and why we are that special place here. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the second portion of our open house. If you're watching via Zoom, you are now free to move right into the breakout room of your choice in the academic area. If you're watching via Facebook, I'm going to be sharing a screen shortly that will give you the login information so that you can continue in with us. Again, have a great rest of your open house, and we'll answer any questions you may have. Thank you, everybody. Now you can go into your breakout rooms.